Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I am Penge and welcome to day 20 of our Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown, where we have a nice cup of tea and a little bit of a chat. So let's open up the calendar, find number 20, it's at the very top just here. So we'll crack into this, we'll try and not damage you quite as much, teapot number 20. There we go. Oh, now the door's sort of caved in a bit. This isn't going to go well, is it? Oh dear. Okay, right, hang on a minute, it's like technical problem. Okay, it's all sorted. Right, let's get out the tea. What do we have in store for us today? And it is Happy Holiday, which is all sorts of lovely. There we go. So Happy Holiday tea awaits us, and we need to brew that for between 2 to 3 minutes, which is absolutely fine. But to do that, of course, we need to go to the kettle. And here we are, back in the Geek Cupboard with our freshly brewed cup of Happy Holiday tea. And I remember enjoying this one last time. I think this is one of the nicer ones. So if we smell it, it does smell very nice. It smells very nice indeed. It's got a nice sort of, almost a fruity sort of smell to it. And there's a definite sort of clove smell in there as well. And then to taste it, it actually doesn't taste quite as fruity. I remember this from last time. It doesn't taste as fruity as it smells, but it's got a nice flavour to it. It's nice and sort of, nice and clean and sort of crisp. It's got some cloves in there. There's a definite clove taste, some cinnamon, and there is a hint of fruit. I couldn't tell you what it was. I would say it's berries. I still think it's kind of like got a sort of a berry sort of flavour to it, but it's really nice. It's really nice. It's got a bit of something going for it. Some of the teas that we've had, recently, they're okay. They're like green teas, but they're all a little bit sort of samey. They don't really have much sort of zing and oomph about them. Whereas, this one is quite nice. It's got a bit of sort of, it packs a bit of a punch. It's quite nice. The flavours are quite strong, and I do enjoy it. So, there we go. So I'll slip away at the Happy Holiday tea whilst we look at today's question, which comes from Alex Peacham. And Alex asks, what is your favourite TV show of all time? Now, that's quite a big question. It's quite a big question indeed. So, I had to sit and think about it. I couldn't pick one. Because there's just too many. There's too many things. I mean, there's so many wonderful TV shows out there. There's so many brilliant shows. But I kind of narrowed it down to two. I had to drop Breaking Bad off the list because whilst it completely brilliant, Breaking Bad was brilliant and captivating and amazing and everything. It didn't have the impact that these other two shows have had on me. My favourite TV show. I'm going to expand your question. I'm going to add an S to your question, Alex, to make it. And change the word is to R. So, what are your favourite TV shows of all time? Because I'm going to pick two. So, I'm going to pick Doctor Who and The X-Files. Now, Doctor Who might not be much of a surprise because, I've got lots of Doctor Who things. There are many Doctor Who kind of geeky paraphernalia things around this room. I can see a TARDIS clock. There is a TARDIS-shaped mirror. There is some sort of Lego Doctor Who behind me right now. So there's plenty of Doctor Who-y sort of nerdery stuff around the place. But I do like Doctor Who. And I remember watching it when I was a lot younger, and my dad kind of had it on. He had it on sort of VHS cassettes, if you can remember those, anybody. If not, go and ask your parents, kids, because he used to sort of watch them, and they were the old ones, and they had sort of Tom Baker in and Pertwee and that kind of stuff. And I remember watching and thinking, quite like these. I like these. And then, then I got into it when it was sort of the Sylvester McCoy era, which I know wasn't the finest Doctor Who era, but it was okay for me. I was sort of watching and thinking, wow, this is brilliant. So I watched those. They're on cassette and stuff like that. And so he became sort of my doctor, if you like. People have their own doctors, don't they? But he was the first one that I sort of properly sort of watched all of the stuff for in order on these cassettes that Dad had. And then then it went away for a bit. I remember going to the shop and buying a Doctor Who TARDIS toy, and it was a plastic thing, and it opened up. You could open it, and then it had the console in the middle, and you opened the two doors. It was very exciting at the time, and it had the Doctor and Ace and K9, I recall. And who knows where that is now? I've no idea where that is now. But do you know what? I had that at one point, and then it kind of went away. Doctor Who went away, and the TV movie was all right, I suppose. And then it came back. Then it came back in 2005, was it? And it was all very good. And I was like, oh yeah, I like this. And then I convinced Mrs. Penge to watch it. And then I've thoroughly enjoyed Doctor Who. So I've always liked Doctor Who, and I just think the concept's good, and they can just create all sorts of fantastic, sort of amazing things. They can do sort of strange, otherworldly things that you can't really do in lots and lots of other shows. So Doctor Who is way up there. And the other one is The X-Files, which might be a bit of a surprise, but The X-Files I watched at a very formative point in my life. And I was absolutely sucked into it because I loved all that kind of stuff about the sort of, the conspiracies going on and the mysteries and the aliens, and then the Monster of the Week episodes were brilliant, and then there was a whole sort of Mulder. I thought Mulder was amazing. I wanted to be Fox Mulder. He had the life. He had access to all these things about aliens and UFOs and Bigfoot sightings and psychic people. It was I wanted to be Mulder. I was very envious. And he looked brilliant as well. And he was in the FBI and he had a badge. So yeah, The X-Files. I love The X-Files, and we sort of watched. I watched a lot of them, and I kind of drifted away from them a little bit. And then when myself and Mrs. Penge should have moved in together and got a house, I had some of them on DVD. Back in the day, and then I thought, do you know what, I'll get the rest. Then we sat and we just watched them all. And when you watch them all without weekly gaps and stuff like that, they're really good. They're really good when you watch them all. I mean, the last season's not quite so good. The last couple of seasons are a little bit kind of wonkaloids, but yeah, there's some really good things in there. And some of them, you think, you've crammed all this into 45 minutes. I mean, this is, you could make a film out of this plot. You could make an actual film. A proper sort of full-on sort of movie about this. But yeah, so it was really impressive what they did. And yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I still love The X-Files to this day. And I recall my dad saying, I was walking down the stairs and I just remember going, oh, there's a new show starting. It's going to be The X-Files. Do you want to watch it with me? And I was like, yeah, right. What's it about? Some sort of aliens and these sort of people go and investigate. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then we sat and watched it. And then, yeah, that was it. That became a thing that we did. The X-Files was on. We went and watched it. So yeah, The X-Files. I mean, yeah, other stuff that sort of, obviously we said Breaking Bad didn't kind of make it up here. Like Star Trek, Next Generation and Star Trek Voyager, they would be up there as well because, I'm a massive geek. But I mean, I love those. Next Generation was completely brilliant. And Voyager was really good. Deep Space Nine was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I've picked Doctor Who and The X-Files for the impact they had on me, as well as being brilliant TV shows. I think I've picked them for the fact that they sort of maybe they changed my way around of understanding and enjoying sort of TV shows and thinking about things differently and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was a tough one. Alex, asking that because there are so many TV shows. I mean, other things. Like Dexter, I really enjoyed Dexter as well. And Mrs. Penge thoroughly enjoyed Dexter. I mean, that's a brilliant TV show. That's really, really good. And The Mentalist, I mean, I know The Mentalist was kind of sort of flim-flam at points, but it was really good. It was really captivating, and I thought the cast were really good in The Mentalist. So there were so many good shows, but yeah, Doctor Who and The X-Files, I think sort of they're a tiny little sort of step above the rest, if you like, and that's why I've chosen those. Which is probably no surprise. It's no surprise because they're both relatively sort of geeky sort of shows. Doctor Who and The X-Files, I imagine they have a certain sort of audience. So yeah, I've just picked those because they're just a little bit more sort of impactive on me throughout my sort of life and stuff. And they're brilliant as well. They're very, very good as well. So yeah, there we go. So that is the question answered. So I will go and finish my lovely cup of happy holiday tea, and we shall finish things up for the moment. So for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard for day 20 of our Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown, and I will see you next time. Move out of the way, friend. I'm going to completely ignore you and do some comment moderating. Kung Fu Croquet. Maria, you've broken my heart. There you go, some more flowers that I stored on the back of my pants. Lovely. There we go. As you can see, I'm having the wildest of times. Enormous banana mask.